Hello, couponers and grocery shoppers. It is Coupon Overflow here today, and I'm here to share my $100 meat haul from the Aldi's grocery store. Wanted to go in store just to concentrate on meat, to stock up my deep freezer and my top freezer. There's only two people in my household, but that doesn't mean that we don't need to stock up. Doesn't mean that we get tired of going to the store, just picking up items here and there. Wanted to have them on hand, especially with this weather. It's very cold outside. Never know if you're going to go outside one day and your car doesn't start, but you need dinner. So, always like to have items that we eat regularly on hand. You will see a lot of chicken today. I'm not really a fan of beef at all. For some reason, I cannot chew it, no matter how tender it is. Every now and then, I will have, some beef roast or something like that, but it's rarely enjoyable. Not a fan of steak or anything like that. I do enjoy brisket from time to time when it's tender. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this haul. I particularly went in store looking for the best deals, looking for the largest container of packages that I can find, but within a certain price point. There are certain price points that I don't like to go over per package, and we could talk about that once we get more into this haul. Let's begin. Going to start off here with a package of pre-cut rotisserie chicken. It's already shredded up for you. It's very convenient. These are a little bit pricey, but when you think about the cost of a whole chicken nowadays, it's pretty much the same price. So I'm going to start off with the cooked chicken. It's already seasoned as well. This is the rotisserie style pulled chicken at Aldi's. Picked up two containers of them. Slightly pricey. They cost $7.15, which I mean, it's okay. It's within range for a whole chicken. And so I don't mind paying that price for the convenience. I plan to use these for dinner and lunches. So I'm going to do a chicken Alfredo. It's very convenient to have this already shredded up so I can just dump it in the cheese and noodles. Also going to do some chicken enchiladas. So so this is a really good way to stretch and maximize your budget across several meals, especially per day. This is really good for meal prepping and things like that. For me, grocery shopping is not just about a price point. It's not just about price per item. It's not just about savings and deals and all the things. It's also about reducing your stress, whether you are a single mom, whether you are a busy mom, or even if you don't have children at all. To cut down on your personal stress, sometimes it is good to have convenience foods. It's good to have items on hand where you're not having to make extra trips and special trips to the grocery store. The list goes on, but I am about having an easier life in the having an easier life in the ways that I'm able to make that happen. So another thing that I do when I'm shopping for meat is I look for markdowns. And of course I pay attention to the dates as well and pay attention to the way that the meat looks. But sometimes when the meat gets closer to an expiration date or something like that, the package has been damaged in some way or something like that, they will mark the meat down. So in this case, this salmon was sitting there originally priced at $11.52, and they took $3.46 off, leaving it to be $8.06. And I feel like that's a great price for me to pick up to have lunch for work for 2 or 3 days. Splitting that cost, between those 2 or 3 days, I feel like it's a pretty good deal. It's seasoned really well. All you have to do is put them in your air fryer for about 15 minutes, and you have a perfect, almost gourmet style lunch. Also picked up a bag of flounder fillets. They were priced really well at $6.29. This is a 16-ounce bag. I like the fact that it says wild caught on there. This is a great stock up price, and this is another item to where you can stretch it across more than one dinner, and it's a good price point to be able to do that. $6.29. So next I'm going to talk about some hot ticket items in my household. My son loves chicken wings. He eats chicken wings repetitively. He can eat them pretty much every day if you allowed him to. So I try to keep chicken wings in my house. The challenge is finding chicken wings at a reasonable price, and also chicken wings that aren't excessively large in size, okay, just full of hormones and everything else. So I picked up 2 packages of the all natural chicken wings from Aldi, and I specifically went in to try to grab the cheapest packages that I can find. So I managed to find some for under $13. One is $12.92, one is $12.95 for the cheapest package that they had on the refrigerator shelf. And those chicken wings, I'm telling you, were upwards of $14 and $15, sometimes $16. So they're expensive. What I like about getting the larger package is I can do the bust down method or breakdown method. So I can take this package and break it down into individual packages per meal. But $13 is pretty reasonable when you think about feeding a family of 2 twice off of one package. Depending on your appetite, you could stretch it even more than that. So next I picked up a family pack of the drumsticks, and they were priced really, really well. Very surprised to see this price point for a large package. $5.19. That is a great way to stretch your budget. This is an awesome stock up price if you wanted to get 2, 3, 4, or even 5 packages of these at a time and stock up your deep freezer. So I found another cheap package of chicken. This time it was the leg quarters at a reasonable price already. $5.45. Pretty good price for you get large, leg quarters like this. 4 of them in a package for that price. But then they came down even cheaper because they were marked down with that 30% off. So they were $3.81. Excellent deal. I found even more markdowns, this time on chicken breasts and chicken breast tenders. So the tenders were priced at $7.42. Pretty much the lowest price that I can find on the tenders at a large pack. And then it was 30% off of that. So that made them $4.19. Really good deal. And with the chicken breast strips were originally priced at $8.38. And with that 50% off, that made them half priced at $4.19. Picked up a container of ground turkey for $4.69. So I picked up a package of chicken thighs, and here's where the markdown came in because of that damaged packaging there. I don't really care about damaged packaging because I'm going to break down the packages of meat anyway. So these were costing $7.37 originally. And then I ended up paying $5.15 because of that markdown. Really good deal for dinner that's going to be, 3 times or 2 times. And lastly, I picked up a package of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I paid full price for these, and I didn't mind because it was under $10. I felt like I was basically paying $1 per thigh. And so I didn't mind paying that price point across 2 or 3 dinners. This particular package of meat is very versatile as far as the type of dinners that you could cook with them. I typically like to throw sauces whenever I have, boneless and skinless. I like to do a saute and a sauce. So whether that is a bourbon chicken or something like that, these are good to have on hand for that. So forgot to mention that got 20 cents back from Ibotta just for going into Aldi's today. And actually, I didn't even spend my entire $100 budget on the meat because of the markdowns and the savings and everything like that. So my cost ended up being just $92 and about 14 cents before taxes. So I feel like I got a pretty good deal overall for the amount of meat that I got. Want to take this time to say thank you so much for watching my particular video today, and I hope you stay tuned for more. More videos are coming, more deals are coming, more shopping hauls to share. Stay tuned.